Hi everyone, welcome to this tutorial video on tab controls, and split screening. So if you're like me, you have a lot of tabs open at once. So there are some things that you can do to make your life a little easier, a little more organized, be able to control things a little more. So the first thing is to pin tabs. So simply pinning a tab basically is going to reduce the size of the tab across the top and just to a logo. So if you have some that you use quite often, so for example, maybe mail, again, you just right click on the tab and go to pin. So for example, I always have email, drive, and calendar open. Those going to keep those there. It's just going to reduce them to a smaller size of tab because I know that what these are, I don't have to see the title or what's going on. Just a heads up, if you do pin a doc, notice it just goes to the doc logo. Now you can hover and see what it is, but versus the full size tab, which has the name of the title on the tab itself. Again, to unpin them, you can just go to pin or unpin, depending on what you'd like to do. So there's a quick tab management. Also, you can make groups of tabs. So for example, let's say these last 3 tabs I have here are all part of the same project. And instead of having all of them together, I want to be able to have them and be able to expand or contract them when I want to use them. So you can simply select all the tabs by clicking the first one and then holding Shift and clicking the last one. And it's hard to tell, but you'll see now this line is over all of them. There's no line here in the middle. And then you can right click, and we're going to say I want to add these tabs to a new group. And then I'm going to say, let's say I want it to be red, and we're going to call this demo. Okay. And that's it. Now, what that means is now all of these tabs, okay, when it's expanded, I see all 3 of the tabs, and I can still use them and navigate them as I'd like. But I've got this little button that's basically the expand or contract button. So if I click on that, all of those tabs disappear, and now they're all just hiding in demo. So if you think about some uses for this, maybe it would be, as we go through and maybe I use it a lot for scheduling. I have like an activities tab, or I've got a specific project. Maybe I'm doing something specifically with high school English. And so I've got those tabs or ideas up. And you can have as many of those as you want. So let's say I want to do it with these 2. So I'm going to, I'll show you a different option. I'll start with this. I have a single one clicked, and I'm going to add it to a group. So I can either add it to that existing group that's up in demo, or I can do a new group. Let's say I'm going to make it green, and this is going to be test. Okay, so now it's there. Again, if I contract it down, now I see these 2. Now I can take this one, okay, and I can move these around. These don't become part of that group. Okay, this tab is living there. But I can then, if I want, I can add this to that group. Now it's part of that group. If I want to ungroup something, very similar, I come in here and I can just right click on the test or the name of the group itself, and I can ungroup it. Same thing here. I can come in here and I can ungroup it, and it gets rid of those. So kind of some cool tab management ideas. Also, this little down arrow here in the top right-hand corner is your tab search bar. So if I have a bunch of tabs open, not only does it search this window, but it also searches all of the tabs I have open currently, which you can see is a lot, as well as some of the recently closed tabs that I've had. So I can search for text, or I can come through and I can see all of the different tabs that I've had open. So again, just kind of a cool tab feature. Lastly, let's say you want to do some split screen work. So for example, I've got this, let's say I've got a Google Doc that I'm typing in, but I want to be looking at a PDF that I've opened up here as well. And instead of doing the flip back and forth option, I want to have them both up side by side. All you have to do is grab your tab, and this works in Google Chrome, whether you're on a Chromebook or a laptop or a desktop. Grab your tab, pull it down, and then what I say is slam it or move it against. And you see that shape, half-rape shape, started to open. And I'm going to let it go on that side. Then it's going to pop up all of the windows that you have open as what you want here. So I've got the rest of the tabs that were in that group as a choice. I've got my other winter browsers open, or I've got File Explorer. So I'm going to just click this as where it came from, and I'm going to switch over to that PDF. Now I can work simultaneously on both windows. Now, just a word of caution, when you want to take it back, you can't just grab it and drag it back over because they're both split screen. So when I grab this, it's going to let me take it to other windows, which I don't want to do. I'm going to slam it back over there and pick again. What you can do if you want to add that tab right back to that same Chrome browser you had open, you can right click and there's a move tab to another window, and then you can pick the one you want. In this case, I want the one with the Monster engine where it came from, and I can take it back there then as part of that if I want to. Again, grab the tab you want, slam it against the wall, and then pick the other option that you want to work with side by side. So again, that is split screen and tab controls.